And I think you can spot these girls that kind of look just like this. Like you see them, they're usually pretty tall, pretty skinny, pretty lanky, and you can see them. Kind of your short, stubby, muscular people that they probably have a little less wrist. But I mean, you see, I see some of these girls at tournaments, like Gabby Williams, basketball player at Reed, Connecticut. She's on her third or fourth ACL. I mean, even now I watch her and I'm like, it's coming. I can see the way she moves. I can see where, and I don't know if it's fixable or not. Obviously, probably some good people training her, but I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't know. So I think it's picking your people out. All right, let's talk about spine stuff. How does the spine get injured? Dr. Anthony, you want to start here?
If we had a good answer for that, I'd be a millionaire. Why does the spine get injured? It can be a myriad of things. It can be nothing. Sometimes it's just sitting. Too much sitting can stiffen up the spine and cause problems. As far as an athlete and injuring their spine, it could be from trauma, from a contact with another player that maybe twists and rotates that spine and come down to the compression. Maybe it's a forceful hyperextension or stretching the spine really far into backward position or a hyperflex position. It's usually combined with some sort of rotation component with compression that can produce a lot of spine injuries. But it can be a million different things, or it can be nothing. So it can be very tricky to help eliminate that and to also to fix the problem.
Jim, you speak this one since you got a lot of spine injuries yourself. What's your strategy?
I'm not sure how much spine gets injured. So I mean, what you two have taught me is my spine maintenance. You know, my T-spine stiffs, so my C-spine and my lumbar become the kind of the whipping ends of that. And so maintenance of my recognizing that and daily work on my T-spine is what keeps mine healthy.
Me too.
I think the spine is a recurring theme in my mind. The space here, those nerves come out, the space here. I think in some people, this is where all the magic happens. Well, John was talking about the deceleration phase, where the stuff happens with the knee. I think in the spine, a lot of excitement happens here. This is the disc and the vertebrae above and below. In this area where the nerve comes out, there's a space here called a foramen. And sometimes I think people just have bigger spaces, just genetically. They just have more space. And I think some people just are just tighter there. They just don't have enough space. I'm one of these people, not a lot of space there. My back's always a little bit tight, a little bit sore. That's how I got into this thing. So I have to work a little bit harder to get this space moving a little bit better. I think spine injuries you gotta be careful with. Any kind of spine injury that you hear about, you gotta like just proceed with caution, because that thing can flare up and just can be nasty. I think once a spine, you start feeling some pain, it's kind of been there for a while. There's been some tightness. There's been something going on. A lot of the athletes that we see with spine injuries just have a weird patterning about them. That just kind of, there's a lot of things that are going on. So any kind of spine injury, I think you got to try to, if that's not getting better, try to get that addressed, because that could be a chronic thing that they can lose power on. They can lose force on that. So, spine injuries, you want to make sure they have good range of motion. Dr. Anthony has a little test on range of motion. How would you, if you're a coach, and you're like, that player has some kind of, their back's hurting, and the coach is like, well, what should I do? And they can't really probably tell them to go see somebody at 9 o'clock at night. Do you have any kind of quick strategies to like at least get them on the right path, or maybe get them to not hurt themselves worse?
And it's pretty easy to do a quick range of motion assessment on spine, and if there's a problem, you'll usually see it in one of those motions. It's like Okay, reach for your toes, and what's that feel like, and how far do they go? Okay, and then grab your hips and lean backwards, spine extension, and then just really just kind of pushing your hips from side to side to see how well that moves. And usually if you have a spine problem, it'll be manifested in one of those motions will produce their pain and symptoms. As we know with what Doc Spevak said about the little disc in between the vertebrae, you know, they can sometimes move around. And so usually when they move around, it's usually in a more posterior direction, which means that when you flex the spine, that could potentially be fairly painful for people with spine pain. So one easy strategy is just they can do anytime is just to grab their hips and lean backwards and do that like repetitions, or lean up, lean backwards. Or if you're a yoga enthusiast, just hop on your tummy and do a little arching backwards with your hands into lumbar extension. And that won't fix everybody's spine problem, but it can do a lot for not only like helping people with some back pain, but also it's really good preventative strategy to do that daily.
And the cool thing about a spine injury, it typically gets better with movement, it gets better with practice, it gets better with activity, and it gets worse on the drive home. So I would just tell you, your players to move more, sit less. I mean, most of the spine stuff we see athletes at all, it's because of this. They're just here all day. So what Doc Anthony was saying is just maybe do one of these, see how it goes. You tell somebody to do a stretch, they say, ow, that hurts. As long as it doesn't remain hurting, I'd keep working them a little bit. Spine injuries are great because usually it's like, it's worse when I sit, better when I play, when I walk. Get walking more, get playing more, keep playing, don't cool down, get moving more. Spine injuries like movement in general, so usually you can play through it. However, if they're getting worse, the more they play, obviously you gotta stop. But it's like, I will tell my athletes, well, let's try it, see how it does. Oh, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm gonna keep going. I don't care what it is. If it feels better when you're doing something, do it. If it feels worse, then maybe you gotta stop. But just because somebody has some knee pain, let's try a little bit. How's it feel when you play? That's not too bad. Sometimes that's what they need. Because I've rested people for weeks, months, and they're the same. So I think usually it's some pattern of movement that gets them better.